what we can do here. This one. Okay, so here needs a computer. Okay, so so what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a frame for this um, tank, water tank, whatever it is. And I usually do it the same when I create the cockpit or the glass panels, you know, of a spaceship, whatever. I use kind of the same technique to get it done. So first I duplicate that surface, and I work with that. I just control 1. So what I do, I need to make a shape, carve a shape out of this, and most of the time you'd probably get something like that. But actually, this thing might help us a bit more. And we bevel this. Okay. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. So because I cannot use symmetry because this is with 3 and would be weird to use symmetry on this one, I think bevel is good. So we use bevel. And then, for example, I want this side to be wider. And these ones, I want them to be thinner. This one to be thinner, right? So how do we do that across all of them? So we select all the parts that we are interested to make them wider. And when we scale, you can scale according to the object or to the world. And if you do that, you will get something like this, maybe something that you want. But I use component instead. And component is just going to go into local. Same with these ones. Control Shift. DNV, sorry. DNV. You go, if I press DNV and I hold, and then I grab from middle, I change my pivot, yeah? V is for vertex. In case you don't want for vertex, you just press D once, you change it, and that's it. Cool. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to select all the parts that I want them to be metallic, and the rest is going to be glass. Like that. And I click Shift, I hold Shift, and I select everything, and I press Delete. That's just going to inverse my selection. Or I could have just selected these in the first place, but it would have been much more difficult to select. Okay, so that is one. Now, if I press Control 1, you see what's happening here. The geometry is overlapping, and what I want now, I want to extrude it, give it some thickness, not too much. And now, because it was a plane, a simple plane, I have thickness, and it's not, I have thickness on this model. Otherwise, I wouldn't have thickness. So now we can just select all these faces all around very easily. Control right click, go to edges. Oh, sorry, edge parameter I wanted. Control right click, edge parameter. And that's not going to select these lines in them. And then we can bevel. Give it a small bevel. And now it looks more organic. And maybe slightly scale it up or in. Otherwise, it's going to be overlapping with the other one, and it's going to look a bit. Yeah. Okay, so let's proceed. Oh, this one needs to go all the way. Okay. Okay, extrude with offset. I'm getting some problems here that if I click on offset, you see what's happening. And that's not so great. What I'm going to do instead, I'm going to poke the face. So select the face, shift right click, poke. Then I use extrude with shift and scale. Oh, do I have anything else selected? For some reason, this one looks offsetted. And that's it. It looks good for our creature. It's a nice cozy place. Now let's just do some wiring. If you guys see here, we had a bunch of wires that I wanted to connect them maybe to the superior part. I'm not a big fan of this. This is just a placeholder. I think we should change it. And I'm also a big fan of this because it's too, you see everything else is pretty much, angular, but this one is so soft. It just drives me crazy. I just need to either scale it on the world axis like this, just to make it smaller, or just delete some of these. Yeah, I think it's better now. And another useful technique is to, if you want to make these panels on top, and we don't know how, we go on the side view, we zoom on the most comfortable to the eye and to work with, and I use grease pencil. Maybe like that, and like that. So I just make a panel, press Q to go out of that tool, and now I need to either use the multi-cut to cut around this place, or if I make this a live surface, um, my actual model here, make it a live surface, I can use my retopology tools, which is Quadra. Yeah. So Quadra, if you guys, I think you must have done this already. You need 4 points, and you get a polygon. You get 2 more points, and you press Shift, and that is gonna complete. And then you can use Tab and Tab all the way. We can also extend the loop like that. And we try to make this as low poly as we can. I mean, we don't have to, but... And that's it. We got our nice mesh. If I press Q, I go out of the tool, and I disable now my object live. And now I can shift right click, extrude my object out like that. Then I probably want to bevel these edges, so edge parameter and bevel. So, so you kind of see how it's quite, I think, decently fast to get these. I'm sure you can make a better job than me on this one. Okay, so let's do the wiring, a bit of the wiring. We have some wiring in the back. We have some wiring in the front. So again, I will probably use the side view. Now I have this. I need to delete the grease pencil. Okay. If I press 4, I can see my wireframe and where my wires need to start and when they have to end. And I'll just try to use this curve tool. If you guys remember, we talked about using double clicking on the tool, double clicking on the curve and setting the curve degree to linear. But I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't really like this one. I think I'm going to use the other curve, which is the CV curve tool. I don't really see it here. If you guys see it, then okay. So I'm just going to make some curves for my pipes. But the thing is that, remember, we need to have Maya 2022 because that tool, it's only on Maya 2022. But we can just make these curves here. And I'm going to make some cables coming out from here as well. And all the way in this place. So just have a few of them. Backspace if you don't like it. It's better if you start working on the folder than to work on the compulsories, because the compulsories you're not graded. I shouldn't teach you these things, but they don't matter as much. You have to do them, but in the end, what it matters is the folder. That's what you're going to get graded for. You just need a pass. You just need to get the compulsories there. Get the, you know, upload them and read the requirements, check everything in. Okay, and let's just see what we can do here in the back. These are hard pipes. They're not rubber pipes, so okay. I'll just have two of them here. So we got a few of these curves. Maybe I need to get one more here in front, just so we can have a little bit more diversity. Okay. So if we just save our scene, remember to save it. Because I'm not going to use hard mesh on this one, maybe I can use the hard mesh on the computer actually. Yeah, let's just make the computer. I'll just make this front computer. I was thinking to make something like this as the front computer, so make it different. Kind of bring another one in. Look at this. This is another latch here. Okay. This. So now I'm going to probably use a lot of those Boolean tools that we got. Okay. So remember, if I press 3 now, it's going to look like this. It's good if your console is alien concept or something, you know, quite organic. But in this case, we need to respect the, you know, the overall If it would have been like something fused together, like, alien tech with, sci-fi, then it would have been probably okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all these hard, yeah, and I'm going to bevel them, chamfer off, small fraction, press 3 to check, looks okay. So we start like that, okay. Then I need another one. I need a simple cube, and that simple cube I'm going to duplicate it a bunch of times, and that is going to be the one that I use to carve in different, different models, different. So the same I'm going to do. I'm going to bevel. Okay. And I duplicate this one to have a backup here. Okay. And maybe add a few more divisions. One here, one here, and one here. The same with this one. Just divide it one more time. So I pretty much want to have even kind of surfaces like that. This one has even. This one has even pretty much. Okay. And the first operation is going to be A minus B difference. But now because this one is not touching, it's not doing anything. Okay, let's do 3 and 3. What happened here? I think because they did not touch each other. I'm going to do it one more time. A minus B difference. 3 times. Maybe it's too much. Let's try 2 times. Okay, and this. Actually, I think I'm going to make this a union instead. Just to have a more interesting like that. And next, I get this cube or another cube. Let me get another cube. F. And I just want to bevel these two. So I want to carve out the shape from that one, basically. Again, remember we need to bevel all these edges. With chamfer off. And also use multi-cut. Sometimes if you want to slice through like this, it's not working. If you press Control, you see it's only doing on one side. You can use Shift and cut it like that. It's like Fruit Ninja style. So we're just going to go here, maximize, and I want to cut it like that. With Shift, holding Shift, and that's just going to cut it across. Cool. So let me remove the input for now, so I can select my main one, A minus B, difference, and I want to subdivide the other one twice. something like that. Okay, what else? I want to remove some of these sides. So another cube. Okay, like that. And again, we select all these, bevel, chamfer off, fraction, minimum. A minus B. And we get, actually we need some subdivisions twice. Let's try twice. Okay, let's try something more unique. Like let's try some other shapes that are a bit more daring. So we take a sphere, put it here. Are we recording? Yeah. I just need to be sure that I'm on 0Z. Yeah. And maybe that's like a controller, manipulator, like one of those mouses, you know, there's some mouses that are weird. So we get them both and we want to fuse them. Let's try twice. Let's see the threshold. Now this smooth is 2 is not enough. I think I need to go the initial one and put 3 instead. And then that's my last one. Okay. Let's see what else we can do here. Um, we can make like a stand for some screen. I'm going to add one more here. So I can raise this just a little bit. Okay, one more union. This one twice. Okay. Let's make some bolts or some screws or something. So first we need to model our bolt. And just gonna do this and do this. That. Okay. And you can make it much more complex than this, but and I just need to put these, reinforce these ones. So if we test it with 3, pressing 3, press T to get back our last operation that we did. Press 3 again. Looks good. Now we just want to align it. Okay. That's one. So let's see how it works. I'm going to combine these ones together. Shift right click combine. And A minus B. Where's my hard mesh? Oops. Yeah, seems to be working fine. Got more nice detail in there. Like that. And one more sphere. I'm going to take one more sphere, and because I want to make a panel loop around this. So let's just take one more sphere. Zoop. Something like that. Okay, and this one and this one. So it's going to be a panel. Let's see if I get it right. Panel B minus A. And then remember, we need to use a ramp. You can make your own ramp here. But I'm just going to use one of these probably. Okay, so now it looks like it's more. Obviously, you can make a lot of stuff and add a bunch of more stuff here, but you kind of see how it goes. I think you guys got this very well. So let's clean scene. I'm going to hide this one and delete the rest. And Control Shift H to bring it back. Obviously, this needs more work to do, but I don't want to stop just there. I just want to keep on going. So let's bring up those. Let's do those cables. So I'm going to save. I'm going to open Maya 2022. Sorry? Oh, it's lunch. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just have lunch and then come back. Yeah.